So I'm Christina Lynch. I'm Director of Operations. We also have with us Sarah Bauman, who is the VP of Product Management. And we're going to go through what options we currently have for being able to integrate booking with different suppliers through your Passport Online products.
And I know that Christine and I are both really excited to see this list continue to grow and add more options for all of you guys. And if there is a supplier that you would really love to see, let us know and we will do what we can to make that happen as quickly as we can.
Speaking of being really excited, one of the ones that we have on here isn't actually quite ready yet, but it's so close and we were so excited about it. We went ahead and added it to the list anyway, and that's shore excursions. So if you go in right now, you won't quite see it yet, but just wait for us a little bit longer. We'll send out an email to let you know when that's also ready. But here you can see our list of suppliers that we do have booking integration with. And you can see here I have two different columns, one for Agentport and one for Nexsite. And so you can actually see some of these are available for Nexsite as well. And when we're talking about Nexsite, it's kind of shorthand for saying any of our website programs. So if you have Vacationport, that's going to be true for that as well. So those are especially exciting because that means that your customers can actually go through your website and book through there. With that said, there are some additional steps required in order to enable those, both for Agentport and Nexsite. Very simple though, and I'll show you where you can find our instructions. We've put them together for you. So super duper simple, fast, easy to do to get that set up.
And just to clarify, when they are bookable for Nexsite, you will still get the credit, you'll still get your commission. It's tracked back to you. It's recorded just as if you had made the booking as an agent. It just allows your customer to do it themselves. So you won't lose out on anything by doing that.
Exactly. It's really letting your website work for you. You'll still get the same commission, but you don't have to do as much. So it's a win-win. So I thought what I'd do first is go to Agentport and show you what it looks like from within Agentport. And again, that is the agent backend to our website products. So that means you're logging in as an advisor. So I'm going to show you that first. So that's going to be a real time saver for you. And then we'll switch gears and I'll show you what it looks like in Nexsite as well. But first off, let's go ahead and go over to Agentport. So I'm actually going to back up just one step because I want to show you how I got here. So basically, all I've done at this point is I've logged into my Passport Online portal. I have an account set up where I have an Agentport account included, as well as a Nexsite. So for those of you who are the administrator for your account and you have Nexsite or Vacationport, this is going to be very similar to what your login is going to look like. For those of you who maybe belong to an agency that has a Nexsite or Vacationport with us, you will be brought immediately into Agentport if you have an advisor login. So just a slight difference that I wanted to point out. So let's go ahead and hop into Agentport here. And I'm going to go to search. I'm going to leave it at cruise just to kind of save some time. I'm not going to go through kind of all of the search aspects or anything like that. I just really quickly want to show you one of the suppliers that does have booking integration available. So let's make sure we find something that's far enough out where we shouldn't have any problems with booking. I'll leave it at October. So we'll say we're just looking for something that departs after October of next year. And I'm going to go ahead and narrow it down to Avalon. And again, you can refer back to that list that I was showing earlier as far as which of the suppliers do have booking capability. So just as normal, when you do your search, you'll see all of your different search results. For these, though, you will see that the book button is now showing orange. So the orange is indicating that this is actually bookable using the booking integration. So what this does is when I click on book, it's actually going to go ahead and pass through the information for this specific offer and bring me to the agent Avalon Waterways booking site. So here on out, we're actually going to be using the Avalon Waterways booking engine. But what it does is it does this great thing to save you so much time. So you can still do all of your research and planning and everything like that in Agentport, compare all those different suppliers. But then when you do find that offer that your client is ready to book, you can go ahead and click book and it'll bring you into the booking engine for that specific offer instead of then having to go to the supplier website, log in through there, and then have to search through the offers and find it again. So it's a great time saver. If you haven't used the booking integration for that supplier yet, the only thing you'll notice is when you click on book, instead of bringing you directly through to that offer, it will ask you to log in first. And that just is going to be the login that you have with that supplier. And then once you enter that in once, your browser remembers that information for you. And that's the only time you'll have to enter it in. And so that way, again, just a huge time saver. Instead of having to switch gears and kind of research for things multiple times, should make it a lot easier to complete your bookings.
And I'm sure I'm not the only one who gets partway through something and goes, wait, was that eastbound? Was that westbound? Was that the Danube Symphony or the Danube Orchestra? And so it makes having to remember those things a little bit easier on my brain. I don't have to remember all those details. I can just click on it and it takes me to guaranteed to be exactly what I was looking at. I don't have to verify 6 times.
Absolutely. For me, I think it's more of the date. I always interpose 2 numbers. So yeah, I love being able to just go through directly to that same one without having to search again. All right, so I'm going to switch gears just slightly. I'm going to actually show you how to set up one of the suppliers that isn't integrated with just using your login information for them. And there's 2 different places we're going to look at for that. The first one, we're going to stay in Agentport, and I'm going to show you from here. That's going to be what allows you to set it up for booking through Agentport. And then we'll switch over to Nextsite and I'll show you there. And it's super duper simple. Really, the only thing you kind of have to keep in mind is where to go because all of the instructions are there. So you can go to, click on your username at the top right, and then go into My Profile. And you'll see there is now a booking credentials option. So this is going to show you the available booking systems. And then to set one up, all you need to do is click on Add, and it gives you all of your instructions. So super simple, gives you screen caps, and then it tells you exactly what information we'll need after you complete those steps. And again, that was all Agentport. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to switch over to Nextsite. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my name again. I'm going to go to Other Interfaces. This time, instead of going into Agentport, we're going to go into Nextsite. I'm going to go ahead and select the site associated with my account. And for those of you not as familiar with it, or who only have Agentport, this is for your website administrative login. So this is the back end to making changes to your website and everything like that. So if you are not the administrator for your account, make sure you pass this information along to whoever that is. If you want to help them, make sure you have different suppliers set up for booking through the website. So I'm going to go into travel content. And very similar, I'm going to go into booking systems here. It shows me our list. And then again, just go ahead and click on Add, and it gives you those super simple instructions on how to enable that so that when your customer is doing a search through your website for this offer, or sorry, for this supplier, they'll have that book button. They'll be able to click on that, and it's going to be using your credentials for them to go ahead and complete their booking.
And this is nice too, having the 2 different areas, because if in your particular case, you don't want consumers to be able to book online because you want to be able to talk through them with the process before they make a booking, make sure that that is the right supplier for them, all of that. You can still enable these for the agents to save yourself time when you actually have had that conversation and you just want to go in and make it a little bit easier on yourself.
All right, we had a couple questions related to where this booking is going to be available as far as whether it's for consumers or for agents. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up just that last slide again to show you that list. So again, here's the suppliers with one a little bit early. And where it's bookable through. So Agentport means it's going to be bookable for the advisor logging into the agent backend in Agentport. And then if you see anything in the next site column, that means you can enable B2C booking for consumers on your website.
And with respect to Shore Excursion Group, we expect that to be available in the next week or two. We are just doing some final testing internally, making sure everything's working well and finalizing the process of exactly how to make it so you can get set up as quickly and easily as possible, because we want to do everything that we can to help you and make this process seamless. So just finalizing that, and then we'll send out some emails and potentially, do another webinar if you guys think it's necessary. We also may be setting up another one with Shore Excursion Group so that they can, give a little bit more information about themselves as a company and probably walk through this in that webinar as well.
All right, so super short, simple. We hope you guys find it really easy. Again, we've tried to make it as easy as possible, having screen caps for any of the instructions where you do need to have any kind of additional setup. So hopefully you do find those super easy to follow. But if you do run into anything at all, if you have any questions when you're going through it, as far as like if our instructions are unclear or missing something, please let us know and we'll make sure to get those updated. Um, as a reminder, I know I said this before, when you go through to booking, once you click on that book and get in either your login information if it's for the first time or if you've got it set up to begin with, that does bring you to the supplier's website. So if you have any questions about bookings that go on or anything like that, or commissions questions, anything along those lines, those you'll want to make sure you actually direct to the supplier, as that's going to be totally independent to us. We're just trying to connect you through to make it super simple for you. We don't want to have to try to, do anything with your commissions or anything like that. We're just passing you through, and yeah, just want to make it, like I said, super simple. All right, we do have quite a bit of time left. If anybody has questions, go ahead and feel free to put those in the questions area here. We're taking a look at that. There was a question about whether the bookings go into client base. That is actually a question you'd have to ask the supplier, as all of the booking information and anything related to that booking is actually going to be housed on the supplier side. So you'd want to check with the individual suppliers for that.
And I will say that Client Base Trace has been doing a lot to implement the Live Connect in their system. So if there is one that you find that is not available, I would definitely bring it up to them and let them know, hey, this is a supplier that we would really like to have that easy Live Connect availability in.
Absolutely. Okay, well, it looks like our questions have kind of dried out, but if you do think of anything after the fact, I have our support contact information here. Also, as I mentioned before, we'll go ahead and send a recording of this webinar out to everybody, so you'll have that to look back to if you need it for anything at all. So thank you so much again, everybody, for joining us.
Have a great day, guys.